Good, Natasha.
I'm excited to do this with you.
No, that's great. I'm excited too. You know, because it's promotion and it's just communication and letting other people know of
Yeah.
what is there. It takes all this.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, take it when you're ready.
Welcome to the LA Home Show, and I am your host, Natasha Phillips. And today we have with us Ramon Flores. Ramon, thank you and welcome. So we'd love to know how you got started in the industry.
Well, you know, like we all have a purpose, you know, or a kid, or you know, to accomplish something, become something, do something, you know, and it kind of drives you to do that. And I think that is within every single individual. You know, of course, some of us accomplish it, some of us don't. But for me, you know, I wanted to have a business. I wanted to be able to help in one or another to the community. And my dad, you know, he started as a gardener. Then, of course, he wants his kids to, you know, help him. So I did. But then inside of me, you know, there was this thing of like, how do I get it better and bigger as a business, right? But it was hard because then, you know, you learn about all the legal stuff, finance, promotion, customer service, and you go like, how do you do that, right? But that purpose, you know, I had that to, I said, you know, there must be a way because everybody does it, or some people do, so how? You know, so I always wanted to be of service, you know, give something. Of course, you got to get exchange back, in this case, money, and that's how I started it. You know, I wanted to be good giving a product or that service so I can make money.
Well, that's a perfect way to start a business. But you have such a creative passion, and you're so creative with the way that you put your landscaping together. Where do you think that comes from?
Well, I think I learned one thing as I went, you know, that people have different needs and wants. And understanding people for what they need and want, I think for any business is very important, because if you understand what's needed and wanted and you're able to provide it, then, you know, it kind of goes. You know, it's like doing marketing and finding out what the market is like and what do they need. And for my small business, you know, you got to be able to communicate well with people so you get to find out exactly what they need and want, and then organize and figure out then how you deliver that to them. So that, you know, I figured that out. And now, you know, in our company, I thought personally that communication is very important. So, you know, to bring about understanding between you and the customer. So I learned how to do that, and I applied it. And, you know, that's when we go and see a customer, we are able to fully understand what they need and want. And then we organize it or design it, and then we deliver that. And it's just beautiful. And of course, you know, we keep in mind budget, and, you know, sometimes customers, they want to be dog friendly, kid friendly, drought tolerant, you know, how to use those spaces. So we help organize and design from that viewpoint so we can deliver what's needed and wanted.
And then how do you keep your passion alive every day?
How do I keep my passion alive? You know, I think when you're doing what you like, and you see that you're growing, you're making progress, you know, it kind of drives you. That automatically is kind of like having a goal and being able to accomplish it. You know, it kind of drive on itself is kind of like propels you to continue. You know, you get up in the morning and you're excited, okay, you know, because you're making progress, you know, and you have to figure things out. And so to me, you know, that's how it's been. Every day is like a new day, and all those problems that come with the project, you know, I like to organize, and I like to train my personnel, you know, to do that. Because I think everybody, you know, in any trade, if you get training on how to do something, then you become up to a level of do something. And I think with that, and I think, you know, I train my guys, you know, on communication and on delivering quality products. And so when you have that and you're honest delivering to your customers, you know, that alone motivates you and it keeps you going. instead of going like, oh my God, you know, how am I going to do it? I'm worried. We don't, no, it's, for me, it's like a challenge in having the ability to sort it out. It just drives you. So we like challenges and we know how to figure it out. So it keeps me and all my team.
So what has been the most interesting project that you've worked on in your career?
The most, been quite a few. And in the Hollywood Hills, we had a challenge of doing this intricate walls, stone walls. Really hard to do that because it was hard. But you know, we figure it out. We figure out this pads and walls and stones and technically and yeah, everything had to be, of course, you know, done with all the codes and stuff like that. And we pulled that off. It took us 8 months to figure all that out. But we did. You know, at the end, the customer was really happy, and it was very, very aesthetically done. And we had to do it in a way that we were going to be saving water, plants, and all these little pads on the hillside. And yeah, a lot of times you go like, how am I going to put it together? Yeah, because I have a good team, you know, we will organize, we sit down, and we kind of go over how you're going to tackle the project. We do it, and then we get our delivery guys on, and then they deliver it. And we work together as a team. And when you have a team, I think it's valuable when you have a team, because then you can come up with solutions on impossible things to do, and then you do them. But that was one of the challenging things, working on a hillside, and because of, you know, working on hillsides is sometimes it's dangerous. You have to be very careful to come up and down with materials. Technically, everything has to be done correctly. And but we pulled that off, and that's one of the projects. You know, 8 months is a long time for us, but it was a big project. So, but we pulled it off.
It sounds beautiful. I hope everyone will get a chance to have a look at it, or go online and have a look at your pictures of your work. So, do you have any tips that you'd give to consumers or to customers who are coming to find you?
Yeah, you know, consumers, you know, they're so important because that's what keeps you going. You know, they have a need or a want for a landscape project, and you know, I usually recommend, you know, that for us, it's important to think with a few things, like, you know, like budget, you know, and also adding value to the house. You know, whatever you're going to do, you have to be able to think that, you know, you got to add value to your property, you know, on the long run, because you're going to sell it or you're going to enjoy it. But whatever investment you do, you got to be able to think, you know, that it's going to last, and it's going to add value after you finish. For example, nowadays, you know, most customers, they want to save water. Well, you got to educate them, you know, that there are drip irrigation systems, or there are drought tolerant that you can use, and that saves water and maintenance. You know, especially now in LA, that there's, you know, we're having a difficulty getting water. So it's important to think with those points, you know. And also, a lot of times, you know, there's a dog or a cat, and the customer is concerned, well, how do we make, you know, our space for our dog or cat? So we have to just think with those principles, and then take the time so we can just design it in a way that is going to be functional for the needs of the customer.
And if somebody is buying a house, when would you recommend that they bring you on board?
A lot of times, you know, we get calls because they kind of call us to go and see, you know, is the irrigation system fine? What about this wall? So, you know, we go and help out on those ends. You know, if it's in our area, we kind of like to service our community there. So sometimes we get called before, you know, like a consultation, you know, how is the condition of the existing landscape. So we do that. Most of the time it's people who already bought the house and they want help to organize it and, you know, redesign it and do that. But if it needed to be for us to go, you know, we do consultations for people to help them out.
I'm sure people are happy to hear that. So where can people find you?
They can go to our webpage, floresartscape.com, and we have our webpage there. We have all the information that they need. We have thousands of pictures that they can see. they can give us a call. And they can send us an email. And once we establish a communication line, and one of the things, our communication goes fast. As soon as somebody calls in, sends us an email, we make it a point to answer fast. You know, 'cause time's important, and most people are busy now, you know, and communication with technology now, it's fast. So we try to make it fast. If somebody calls in, I make sure that that communication goes back fast. And that's one of the things that kind of has been setting us apart, you know, from other people on our speed of communication.
That's good. So just as our final question, I'd love to know, what are you most excited about in life or work right now?
I'm excited, you know, that we are able to provide a service to our community and transform their yards for them to enjoy. You know, our slogan is, you know, we bring your landscape to life. Because a lot of times, you know, people have a yard and they don't even go out because it's boring, it's not clean, it's not set up to go out and enjoy your coffee, your glass of wine. You know, they don't use it. So when we go in, we think of those points. And after we finish, you know, people use their yard and enjoy it, you know, with the fire pit, the barbecue, you know, and we like to see that. It feels good when you offer a service that then people can enjoy. So we do that. We love to do that. And so that's why, you know, we get a lot of customers call, because one is our communication, that we take the patience and time, you know, to listen on what's needed and wanted, you know. And we even get calls from customers, because sometimes contractors go, but they want to do their own ideas and things without taking into consideration, you know, the viewpoint of the customer. Well, it's a communication ability that you need to have to really understand the customer or understand the employees. And so, yeah.
That all sounds great. Romaldo, thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you for watching the LA Home Show, where we discuss all things real estate, interior design, and much, much more. I need to redo the beginning.
What's that?
I need to redo the intro.
Okay, let's redo the intro. Stand by.
Oh, his name is Ramal. Oh,
Yeah,
you realize that.
I realized that, and I didn't say landscaper. So it's like I didn't set the tone for
All
the...
right, let's redo it. Stand by. Go ahead, we'll take it. You're ready. Step the screen.
Yeah, it's just